Hey guys, who doesn't love a filet mignon? Who doesn't love beef tenders? Who doesn't love a nice steak when you take a girl out and it's so nice and beautiful? But you look at the price and you're just like, what? Oh my gosh, it's 80 bucks for a steak? Hello. What I'm talking about is you can go to your local store, your local grocer, Costco, Sam's, even other grocers, and buy a whole loin of beef and cut it down and make it your own. You can put your own chefy stuff on it. Do what you want. Put in nice butter with a little garlic, a little asparagus, whatever you want. Nice little, hint of rosemary is always nice. But this is how you break down a nice cut of beef fillet. Watch. Alright, so we get our cutting boards together here. We have this beautiful beef tenderloin. We cryovac. Take off all our casing here. We want to make sure when you cut this, you want to go down the seams a little bit, not piercing the meat. Always put your knife not on your cutting board. And so you want to go down a little bit, breaking up that cryovac. Now one trick is all the juices you don't want, so you want to lay that in this little pocket here. Then you want to get a bunch of paper towels. Because what we want to do, we want to make sure that this is completely patted down and dry. All this, even on your cutting board, you want to make sure that this is as dry as possible. If you have a kitchen towel, it's even better. Some Bounty paper towels does a trick. So we're going to move this over just a little bit and clean up the cutting board. Now, bear with me, I'm using two cutting boards. I don't have a cutting board that is the exact same size of this beef tenderloin. Alright, so what we want to do really, so you got three different parts of this. You got your head, you got your chine, your chain bone, and then you got your fillet. You're really just kind of working with your hands. You want to start pulling out some of this meat. There's going to be a lot of waste. Two bowls here just to put in the waste. A lot of fat that you just want to just pull off here. But kind of with your hands, you kind of can find the seam of the chain bone or the chain membrane, and it separates from the silver skin. And you can use your knife a little bit just to help guide a little bit of the way, but in theory, there we go. Just pull this apart a little bit. We want to make sure we want to trim off as much fat as possible. Right. And we don't want to chop into the meat, because that's the good stuff. So we're going to go through here. Right. So right here, you have your chain. Now some people can use this for roast beef or some ground. You got a ground beef, You know, you can use it that way, but other than that, I'm just going to discard it. So same with this. Just going a little, some more fat here. And trim around. And then really, you just want to grab into your head here. Finger down in there, your thumb, and separate. And when you're separating it, you see these big chunks of fat you're going to pull apart. You don't necessarily need a knife for this, usually with your hand. But what that's exposing is this membrane here, and this is what is called a silver skin. And the silver skin is completely unedible. So we want to get in there as much as possible. This is definitely a fattier piece. All right, so now we're gonna separate our head. So we're gonna go through here with our finger. We're just gonna go through, pushing it down. It's a little cold here, so we're gonna do right here. There we go. I'm gonna separate this over. Like I said, a lot of this you can just do with your hand, but now we want to kind of square it up. Now, this part, this is your head part. So this is actually really good. We can trim this up here in a little bit, but this is definitely usable, 100%. So what I'm going to do here, and there's still some fatty tissue here that I want to get rid of. There, usable. All right, so with your silver skin here, so pull that meat out here. We're going to nip into that, get that out, pull across. So with your silver skin, you want to start kind of at the top. All right, so you just want to go down and get underneath the meat as much as possible. And just make a little incision there. Now what we're gonna do is almost like filleting a fish. All right, so what we're gonna do is almost like fillet a fish. So we're gonna use our knife. We're gonna put the back side of the board. We're gonna grab this part and flex your blade down, just like you're filleting a fish. You want to get the best yield out. And so now you can pull your silver skin. And that's not a bad yield. That's not bad at all. So silver skin is completely unedible, but now you've got your part of your tender that's separated from the main membrane. And from here, really, you can flip it over and just start trimming up some of this fatty parts here. Like I said, there's a lot of fat contained in the beef tenderloin. You want to, as much as possible. It doesn't really add flavor. So a lot of times with steak, you want to look at that fat has flavor, but this actually is connected to the rib of the animal. And it's not the same. So again, I'm going to go here, and sometimes you can just use your back of your knife depending on, you know, the tenderness of it. I'm going to go through here again. Probably going to square this off. Square this off a little bit more. This piece actually is not bad. You can probably use this for, again, ground beef if you want. But again, as you can see, it's filled with fat. With ground beef, you have a meat processor or meat grind that can run through it really good, but we're going to save that anyhow. All right, so now we look at the top of this, not bad at all. So I want to trim off some of this little stuff here, remaining silver skin.
And you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look and you'll see into your
Easy peasy. So you're going to save tons of money by buying a whole tenderloin, opposed to going to your local grocer, because they're going to charge you for this labor. And folks, this really isn't. It's just how the preference is, how you wanted it. And again, you can ask a lot of butchers out there, they'll sit there and they'll hack this thing all to hell. I'm not going to do that. I just want it to be squared up and nice and neat. Make sure the silver skin's out. This is a part of the silver skin here. But when you hack in the meat so much, you got cut marks, and it's not pretty. All right. So from there, the top portion here don't look bad. That looks good. We're down here and just rub on that through. This is a thick membrane here. All right, we'll get that chunk out of here. All right. All right. Definitely when you are biting into this, you don't want a big piece of gristle. It's not going to render down during the cooking process. Really, this might be our final cut here.
If you
square this up in a minute. Square it up in a minute.
Simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world. Nothing to it.
There's some tough silver skin right here. That's remaining.
There is no life I know.
If you could pan down a little bit, see all the fat that we've taken off. So this is a 7.5 pound tenderloin. And easily, just by the trimming of the silver skin fat, the chine bone, or the chain bone, we've reduced this probably at least by 4 pounds. So, all right, that's a good looking fillet. What we're going to do here is we're going to start portioning out. So, I'm just going to cut off probably from this end here, and depending on how big you want your steak. Now I'm going to go about inch and a half, or inch and a half, inch and 3/4. Do that. Now you want to make a long cut string because you don't want hack marks in it. Again, using your hand here, fillet. Fillet. Beautiful. Center cut here. And again, you just kind of want to massage it down. This is going to make some good steak, guys. About right here. Typically, about a loin, you can use and yield probably 8 fillets out of this. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far. Oops. 7. Again, I'm going to trim this up just a hair. There, a little smaller, but it's alright. Final cut. Again, I'm just going to backhand this and you can trim a little bit. Square it up. That'd be a good beef medallion. Now, typically, they said really the end piece is the true filet mignon. So, take some of these fatty muscles off of it. Again, square it down. I wouldn't really call that a filet mignon. I'd use that probably for this consistency of it. Maybe a skewer, maybe a beef skewer. All right, so what we're gonna do here, so we got out of this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 good fillets. But now we got part of our head here, which is still very delicious meat. We just need to clean it up a little bit. And we've got some of the silver skin fur here. Is unedible. Silver skin is, you don't want to eat that. It's nasty. Now out of this, you probably get, let's see what we can yield here out of all this extra. See, right there, that's a good portion of the silver skin you can see. Move that down. Bring your knife up through that. Again, you don't want to chop into the money meat. This is a very expensive meat. As much as possible. But you want to make sure. So we're separating all this. And thank the Nathan Chalk for lending me, or actually his mom, lending the boning knife. It is working great. I appreciate it. So far, I don't have a boning knife in my collection, or a fillet knife. Both ways. Right, so that's not too bad. So I'm going to cut off ends. Right there. And I'm going to put that in the grind. Forward, square it up. Make sure you tuck your digits in there. You don't want to lose a digit by making a good steak. Again, just something you gotta get your fingers in there. So with this, you cut this in half. One stroke, and then really just kind of with your other guiding hand, put that down. Gonna make another fillet. Got some tissue in it, but again, gonna roll it down, and there you go. So out of this, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I wouldn't count that. So 10, 10 of these fillets out of whole beef tenderloin, and then we also have some stuffer grind. We'll catch you later when we're actually in the cooking process. Thank you for watching. Hey, we all appreciate you watching tonight on Scott Schaefer Productions. This is how you save money, guys. You buy like a total, full beef fillet. You can save so much money by doing it so much simpler, making something homemade better than a restaurant. Saves money, saves time, and you can freeze it, do whatever you want with it. Check you later. subscribe to my channel.